want you, a strange man, entering our house. The entry fee will be $100. The restroom will cost $300 per use. If you can't pay it, please leave.
I'll go home, but there's something I'd like you to take a look at before I leave.
Trouble Busters!
Whoa, Corey, congratulations! I'm happy and lonely at the same time. Stop crying, Dad. My name is Tom. I'm a single father while my son is a lawyer. I'm a terrific old man who works at a construction job.
Corey, it's about time.
Yeah, I guess. The wedding went seamlessly, and Corey moved out to live with his wife, Amy. I wish you happiness, Corey. Despite my wishes for my son, for some reason, I'm in a very unhappy situation right now. What did you just say right now?
This is a household of special, selected type of people, and I don't want you, a strange man, entering our house.
Is this some type of joke? I'm here to give you guys a housewarming gift.
We don't want it. The entry fee will be $100. The restroom will cost $300 per use, and we'll be taking $20 from you for every step you walk inside the house.
Is this some kind of a poisonous pond in an RPG?
It's called the fool tax. If you can't pay it, please leave.
Just because we're a family now, don't you think you're being a bit on edge with your jokes?
You should appreciate me for not calling the police on you, you trespassing geezer.
This is starting to be at a level where I can't take it as a joke. Here!
No, you can't. You're not in our league as a human being.
League?
We're a family of lawyers. Corey is a lawyer, therefore we don't mind adding him to part of our family. If we were a thoroughbred kind, you're a stray. This isn't your place. You need to realize who you are.
I see. So, I guess both Corey and I got ourselves involved with someone we shouldn't have ever dealt with.
What? I allowed you guys to deal with me.
What?
If only I hadn't missed the best age to get married at all, I wouldn't have married a guy like Corey.
Not only are you insulting me, but you're going to insult my son?
I'm only stating the truth. Corey was even easier than you. Well, given the level of his father, the son can only be as good.
I'll let you go if you're willing to change your demeanor right now!
I'm not going to do anything. This is who I am. I'm in a completely different place and league from you as a human being and the social status. Don't you realize that you can't just be in the same place that we're in? If there's a rat inside your rice barn, you'd crush it into pieces, right? It's the same thing. I'll return Corey to you if he ends up failing, so you should just hide wherever you deserve to place yourself.
I never imagined that my son's wife would be such a crazy woman! I'm not letting her get away with this. Trouble Busters! Fine then, I'll go home.
Oh, is it because you don't have money?
I'll go home, but there's something I'd like you to take a look at before I leave.
What is it? I've already had your ridicule. A real estate sale and purchase agreement?
This is my house, so can you please leave?
What? You're lying. I know that you're lying.
No, I'm telling the truth.
How is this even your house?
You really don't know how to talk politely, huh? I guess you were putting on a front before you married him.
Oh, you must have taken advantage of how kind Corey is so you could have this house registered under your name, huh? I know what you've done.
How do you even say that for sure?
You must be so broke to the point where you can't even afford a doghouse. How are you even able to purchase a house? Hey, do you even realize how much this house costs? It's $1 million.
Yeah, of course I know. I bought this house.
What? You bought this house?
I was planning on living in this house initially.
That can't be possible. This house costs $1 million.
Well, just calm down and think about it. Even though Corey is a lawyer, do you really think he could afford to buy $1 million house with cash?
It would be possible because he's a lawyer, like my family.
Well, I'm sure being a lawyer will get you a high income to make it possible, but Corey switched his rather later in life, and he's only become one. He doesn't make a 6-figure income just yet.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He told me.
At least I know that you won't be able to even afford the down payment with your income.
Then how are you going to explain this paper?
I'm sure it's fake. It's a trick.
How so?
You work for a construction job. The most you could be making would be around $50K.
That's only the average, right? It's true that I work for a job that's related to construction, but my position is the Chief Executive Officer.
What? So you're the CEO?
To put it simply, yes!
That's one of the largest construction companies in our nation. Corey never said anything like that. He only said that you work for a construction company.
Well, of course he wouldn't be going around telling people that his father is a CEO. It doesn't matter what kind of job his parents have. If both parties within a couple agree to get married, that's all that matters.
Well, no, it's not okay. I deserved to know about this in advance.
Well, I'm actually glad that you didn't know about it.
What?
You didn't marry my son because you loved him, but it sounds like you married him only because he's a lawyer.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. Earlier, you even said that you'll return him if he ends up failing.
That was just because it felt like you weren't someone significant, and I ended up being honest.
You're not improving the situation at all. That's such a lousy excuse. Anyway, I'm coming in. We'll talk then. Corey's here, right?
Will you please keep quiet about what I've done to you?
What? I'm coming inside the house to talk to him about it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is my house, so I'm coming in anyway.
If you're not going to do me a favor, then I have my thoughts.
Okay. Do you realize what you've done? You insulted me when I'm your husband's father. You said the entry fee will be $100, $300 to use the bathroom, and you'll charge me $20 for every step I walk inside your house. You were being completely ridiculous.
That was because I thought you were a boring person. Well, to be honest, I don't appreciate the fact that you're not a lawyer, but I guess I don't mind acknowledging you as my father-in-law in that case, since you contributed $1 million house for us.
That's rather more troublesome than appreciated. And so you're making it sound as if you're doing me a favor, while you're saying that you have your own thoughts if I'm not going to do you a favor. So what exactly is your thought?
He's riding along.
I'll just ask anyway. What is it?
If you're going to tell him the way I behave to you, I'll go ahead and tell Corey the things that I could come up with. I'll tell him that you had a change of mind and that you're trying to kick me out of this house. I'll tell him that you got upset, saying that I stole your son from you. I'm sure that Corey is going to trust what I'm saying. He's so simple-minded and easy to trick. Even if you tell him the truth, he's not even going to believe you.
Oh, really?
It's so easy to fool a guy like him.
I see. That's not good.
What are you going to do? Would you rather have him hate you by telling the truth? Or if you just spend the day without telling him who I truly am, you'd better make up your mind now.
I'm breaking up with you.
Corey, why are you here? I thought you were sleeping.
Today is the day Dad planned on visiting, right? So that's why I got up early.
What the heck is wrong with this guy? He makes it sound as if he was looking forward to seeing his father. I see. I was just about to show your father inside our house.
It's too late to fake it at this point. How dare you treat my father like that?
No, Corey, it's not what it sounds like.
What exactly isn't what it sounds like?
I mean, I had no idea that your father was a CEO.
That's not even the point. I had no idea you were like this. I can't believe you insulted my father when he raised me all by himself.
This is bad. He sounds like he really wants to break up with me. I know it because I've been divorced. Oh, you're kidding me. I haven't even cheated on him yet. I can't go through another divorce for just bad-mouthing his father. I can't be divorced twice when I'm already in my 30s. I need to do whatever it takes to get through this. No, that's not true. This is a misunderstanding. You're being confused, Corey.
Misunderstanding? How would I misunderstand anything in a situation like that?
You're just being poisoned with prejudice. It's true that I may have said rude things to your father, but then That was because the way your father gifted you the house was in a way that he was not being considerate of you. I can't possibly let you hate me when you're still misunderstanding the situation. You're making me sad.
What do you mean by that?
$1 million mansion sounds very generous at first, but he's gifting it to you in a way where you'd have to pay so much in taxes.
Well, that's...
If your father had truly good intentions, he would have purchased the house under your name, right? That way you won't have to pay taxes.
Well, that was because my dad planned on living in this house initially.
What?
Once the house was done being built and I was about to move in, Corey's marriage was decided. So I decided to gift it to him.
But then, instead of selling it, you could have just continued to pay for the taxes on your own.
I planned on taking care of all the taxes that we would have had to pay for upon selling the house to Corey. It would have made a huge difference rather than having him inherit the house. And if we were to be cautious with the way we gift it, this would have been the least risky way while it was wallet-friendly.
So that's how far you've thought about this?
That's right! My father is so kind to me! He's like a miracle!
I see. I had no idea. Sir, thank you very much for doing this for the sake of the two of us. I hope Corey, you, and I can all get along well with an everlasting relationship.
I'm not going to have an everlasting relationship with a person like you. We're done talking now. If you're planning to stay here any longer, I'm going to call the police. This was how Corey and I were able to successfully kick Amy out of the house. I was hoping that she'd break up with Corey without causing any further problem. However... How dare you kick out my beloved daughter from the house?
He kicked me out of the house because he doesn't like me.
She said that she wouldn't have married my son unless he was a lawyer. She said he was easy and that she'd dump him immediately if he fails. She didn't marry my son because she was attracted to him, but she tried to come after him only because of his occupation. And so I decided to make her break up with him.
I never said those things. He's upset because I stole Corey from him. So he took advantage of the fact that he has the right over the house and kicked me out of the house.
How despicable!
I knew he wasn't suitable for a family of lawyers.
Yup, Corey did not receive the proper love from his parents. That father doesn't have the right to be proud of himself like lawyers and doctors. He was raised in an environment that's way too different from our household.
We're a family of lawyers all the way to our ancestors. If we want, we could crush you people into pieces so easily.
If you'd like to live long, you'd better not make us your enemy! If you're going to point fingers at us without really confirming the facts, you're going to hurt yourselves! What? We're the ones who will torment you!
We're hunters, and you're the prey. If you don't get our position straight, you're going to end up in huge trouble.
So, I guess the daughter is just like her parents. What did you just say? I'm telling you that a child will become just like her parents! How dare you insult us! Okay, I'll show you the fact! What?
Are you going to run? This is a household of special, selected type of people, and I don't want you, a strange man, entering our house. We don't want it. The entry fee will be $100. The restroom will cost $300 per use, and we'll be taking $20 from you for every step you walk inside the house. It's called the fool tax. If you can't pay it, please leave.
As you can see, I parked my car right by the entrance, and the dash cam recorded the entire incident from yesterday. What is this?
This looks like Amy is the one who was insulting the other party one-sidedly.
What's going on, Amy? This wasn't what you told us.
That's right. You made it sound as if you got kicked out of the house because Tom was falsely accusing you of things.
Just so I could prove that my story was the truth, I went ahead and showed her parents how she was saying things about Corey, too. Amy, do you have any explanation for this?
You deserved to be kicked out after doing all this.
You're old enough to know better than to lie to your parents?
Huh? What? Why are you guys so mad at me? I was speaking on behalf of the two of you.
Hey, you'd better watch what you say!
I'm sure he's still recording this entire conversation on his dash cam. Mom, Dad, you were both looking down on him. You were laughing about him.
I never said anything like that!
Yes, you did. You said he lives in a whole different world.
It seems like you're desperately putting on a front, but you guys also said that I never deserved to join a family of lawyers and that you'd crush me into pieces. No, that was just,
We just slipped our mouth.
If you slipped your mouth, it was the same for Amy. That's why I'm saying that your child is just like the two of you. She's been watching the two of your dirty backs because you would judge people based on their occupation, and that's why she ended up being that way. I'll be filing a police report with this dashcam footage as evidence.
A police report?
Defamation, coercion, criminal threat, these are the charges that could be proven by this footage. You're exaggerating it way too much!
That's right, that's just immature.
This isn't a matter of whether I'm exaggerating or immature. The magnitude of what the perpetrator had done will be decided on our end. Have you forgotten what my wife and I do for work? I know. You guys are rotten lawyers, right?
You don't have to say that we're rotten.
We're real lawyers.
And we're at the front line to fight for justice, utilizing the law. There's no way you would win in a fight against us.
That's right! A settlement! Let's look for ways to settle this matter. No, that won't work. What?
Oh my goodness.
I don't have the hobby of taking money from rich people, and there's no point. I'd rather take the fame, the reputation, and that way I'd be able to truly make you face the consequences.
No way. Well, that's not okay. If this were to be known by the public, it would jeopardize my position as a lawyer. We might even lose our business.
Hold on! Don't overdo it! I won't overdo anything. I'm only going to make a legitimate claim.
At this point, we have to take the fact that he'll sue us and win the case, Mom, Dad.
But then, there's no way we'd win this! The game is already set before it even starts. I have all the evidence. And if we were to go through a lawsuit, my lawyer will be Mr. Dave Cobweb, who's never lost a single case in the past decade. Mr. Dave Cobweb?
What? Do you guys know him?
He's not someone I personally know, but any lawyer would know who Mr. Dave Cobweb is.
He's Otani from baseball, Inoue and Nasugawa from boxing, Fuji from shogi, and Cobweb from the lawyer.
That's how unbelievably talented he is.
We can't defeat him no matter how many of us would all tackle him together. Oh my goodness.
So now we'll discuss the rest of the matters through our lawyers, and I'll see you in court. Oh, please wait, Mr. Tom!
We decided never to get ourselves affiliated with Amy moving forward. Can we just call it a day? Hold on, does that mean you guys are just going to dump me like this?
Of course, you're in your 30s now. We can't keep taking care of you forever.
By cutting ties with you, we're proving to Mr. Tom that we're willing to befriend him. You did this to yourself. If you're going to be that way, then you caused your own trouble here. You got carried away trying to brag about our family, and that's why all of this is happening.
Oh, shut up. We already made up our mind.
Hold on a second. I've never even had a job in my entire life. You made me become a grown-up like this, and you can't just dump me for your own sake when it comes down to that.
Okay, that's enough. You're being an eyesore. How displeasing. Mr. Tom? You guys are all severely guilty of looking down on me as a whole family. I'll do whatever it takes to corner you, so you'd better be ready. And so, I enlisted the help of the genius lawyer, Mr. Cobweb, and took Amy and her parents to court. Her father was sentenced to 1 year in prison with a 3-year suspended sentence for coercion. Her mother received the same sentence, 1 year in prison, suspended for 3 years for criminal insult. As for Amy, she was sentenced to 1 year with a 3-year suspension for trespassing. It was a minor offense, just barely a crime, but it was enough to officially give her a criminal record, a bad status she'll carry for life. I honestly didn't expect Amy to get a conviction, but the fear of losing everything drove her to obsessively stalk Corey. She even crossed into his new home's property, which became the basis for the trespassing charge. Afterwards, her parents, now disgraced lawyers with criminal records, lost their jobs and went into shock. They eventually closed their practice and, ironically, now work at construction sites, the very kind of work they once looked down on, struggling through full-body muscle pain just to get by. Physical labor at this age. If only I stayed away from my daughter, I would have been kicking back in my law firm right now.
I'll never insult physical labor like this ever again.
Everything is way too late. Regrets won't undo what you've done. And Corey's ex-wife, Amy.
I never knew it was so hard to work to earn money.
She's been crying to sleep every day as she regrets what she has done. As for me, Corey and I have started living together again. It will take some time for Corey to heal emotionally, but terrific Tom is his father. I'll give it all my best again for the sake of my son. Trouble Busters!
Hello there. Regarding the 40-person party that I made a reservation for last week, I'd like to cancel, please. What? You'd better get here as fast as you can. Your company's CEO and majority shareholder are here. My name's Alan. I'm a chef specializing in French food. I recently went independent and started my own restaurant. Well, didn't I tell you? The decor is all wrong for the food. The chef here used to work with me, and he was always an uncultured buffoon. Hello to you too, Jimmy. I'll have to ask you not to criticize my restaurant while dining here. All I'm saying is the truth. That's it. I've lost my appetite. Jimmy, you have to pay your bill. You think I'd pay a dime for this pig slop? Put it on my tab. I'll pay for it eventually. Eventually, huh? As you can see, I still have to deal with constant harassment from my former superior at my old restaurant. One day, though, he took his maliciousness up to a whole new level. Thank you for calling La Rousser. Hey there, Alan. I'm calling about the reservation I made last week for a party of 40. I'd like to cancel, please. What? I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. I hope it doesn't hurt your bottom line too much. Okay, Jimmy, this is going way over the line. You know exactly how bad this is gonna hurt my bottom line. All the extra supplies I had to purchase, all the preparation, that's a lot of time and money that's all going to go to waste. A restaurant like mine would never be able to recover from a financial hit like this. Yeah, well, that's what you get for having the gall to go independent before me. You should have known your place. You don't deserve your own restaurant. I can't allow this restaurant to go under. There are too many people depending on me. I'm putting a stop to this right here, right now. He won't get away with this. Trouble Busters! So tell me, Alan, how much food is gonna go to waste now? I bet it's at least $3,000 worth. A cancellation of a party of 40? It's gonna be at least several $1,000s, maybe more than 10,000. Why do you ask? How about I take it off your hands? It would be a shame to throw all that food away, right? You want me to give you the food that you canceled? Are you insane? It's just that with all the starving children in the world, it doesn't seem right to let perfectly good food spoil. I'll head over there now to pick it up. Fine. Your timing is perfect, actually. We were just talking about inviting you over here. Huh? You'd better get here as fast as you can. Your company's CEO and majority shareholder are here. What? What's going on? You'll find out when you get here. Answer me, Alan! Alan! Mr. Michaels, Mr. Johnson, what are you doing in a place like this? A place like this? What do you mean? This is a gorgeous establishment. I was just telling Alan how impressed I was with him. On the contrary, you, James, have disappointed me to no end. What? Please, Mr. Michaels, wait! I don't understand. Why are you disappointed in me all of a sudden? There's nothing sudden about it at all, Jimmy. You've been causing Mr. Michaels nothing but trouble for as long as I can remember. But what did I do? Don't pretend like you don't remember. We've had this conversation before numerous times. You know our restaurant has been experiencing minor losses in our supplies stock for an extended period of time. And the person behind those losses is you, James. No, you're wrong! Is that so? You've been making too much food and taking whatever was left over home with you every day. You've been putting in orders that were never made and stealing food from the refrigerator, haven't you? Shut up, you! Don't forget I am your boss, Alan! Not anymore, you're not. As inventory manager, you're in charge of tracking what supplies are purchased, used, and discarded, aren't you? Well, yes, I guess I am. You inflated the amount of used and disposed supplies in your reports and brought home exactly that amount. Only someone in a position such as yours with access to that data would be able to pull off such an intricate scheme. This is your final chance. Admit what you've done and offer a sincere apology. But sir, you have to believe me. I can't apologize for something I didn't do. I'm innocent. Really, Jimmy? How long are you going to keep up this act? You can't talk to me like that. You might have your own restaurant, but I'm still your superior. I taught you everything you know about working in a kitchen, and I demand your respect. You would never have been able to go independent if it weren't for me. And this is how you repay me, you ingrate. Oh, I'm absolutely grateful for everything you've taught me, but that's not relevant now. The issue is that you've been stealing from the restaurant's inventory. I haven't stolen one single thing. Man, you just won't give up. To be honest, I expected that things would turn out this way. I guess I've got no choice but to call in my witness. Come on in. Christy? Oh no! I had her come early and wait in the back while she listened to our conversation. Well, Christy, now that we've heard what Jimmy has to say, would you mind telling us what you've personally seen him do?
Gladly. Here's just what's gone on this last week. He made enough fries for 4 portions when there were only 2 orders. Then, when they were done cooking, he put the extras in his bag and took them home.
She's lying!
It's the truth. I was so shocked and scared when I saw him, I didn't know what to do. I mean, putting freshly made French fries in a bag? Who does that? He's lucky he didn't burn himself.
It's not like that. I was just seasoning them. I put them in the bag to season them. I noticed you didn't deny taking them home just now. I didn't do it, honest. All I was doing was removing excess frying oil and adding seasoning. That has got to be the worst excuse I've ever heard. Even if that were true, that would violate food safety laws. But let's set the French fry incident aside for now. Christy has much more information to give to us. You see, the truth is that she's been receiving awful treatment from Jimmy for some time. She came to me for advice on how to deal with it. Awful treatment? Nonsense! I've been a total professional. I trained her exactly how my old boss trained me. Well, yeah, that's precisely the problem, Jimmy. We'll deal with the missing inventory issue later, Alan. Let's focus on what happened to Christy for now. Yes, sir, I'd say that's a great idea.
Thank you so much, sir.
Anything to say, Jimmy? About what? I'd like to think you're aware that there are all sorts of practices that were once considered acceptable but aren't anymore. But you've treated Christy in ways that cross the line on multiple occasions. For example, you once shouted at her, saying things like, "I shouldn't have to tell you twice, do it right the first time." And so what if I did? There's nothing wrong with that. You think so, huh? I believe you also said that Jimmy forbade you from taking notes, is that right?
Yeah, he did. He gave me long-winded explanations on recipes and procedures, but didn't let me write anything down.
Your point? Some people might have a good enough memory for that, but what purpose does that serve for training a new employee? Mr. Johnson, as the company's largest stockholder and lawyer, what's your opinion on this?
It's absolutely ridiculous. It serves no purpose but to terrify new, younger employees. You should be grateful she hasn't sued you.
Oh, come on! You're being overly dramatic! I remember back when you were training me, you would ream me out for the most minor things on a daily basis, even in front of other staff members or customers. Don't you think that's inappropriate?
Doing it in private is one thing, but aggressively criticizing an employee in public is even more outrageous.
It's not my fault! He shouldn't have messed up enough for me to yell at him! Everybody makes mistakes, Jimmy. People in charge of training other employees should be considerate of that fact. You little...
I've also heard from basically every other member of our staff that Jimmy has implemented a quota of 500 orders per day, and anyone who doesn't meet it gets punished.
That's a ridiculous quota. You can't honestly expect people to take that many orders in a single day. I'm just encouraging everyone to contribute towards the restaurant's sales.
I heard that anyone who didn't make the quota, which was almost everyone, was forced to do odd jobs.
Is that true? You assigned an impossible quota and punished staff for not meeting it? Once again, that is ridiculous. I couldn't imagine working at a place with such an overbearing superior.
How utterly shameless. This is bad. Very bad. That's odd. You never gave me any sort of quota. Does this mean that you're treating employees prejudicially? Nonsense! I would never do such a thing. I treat all of my trainees equally and fairly.
I've seen with my own two eyes how he treats different people differently. Any staff member could testify to that.
You're lying!
This is highly problematic.
Hold on just 1 second. This is unfair. It's 4 against 1. You can't just finger me as the bad guy without hearing my side first. You already told us your side. You said that you trained everyone exactly how you were trained. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, but still. I was only thinking about the restaurant's success. You're overplaying your hand, Alan. All you've got is your word against mine. That's not evidence. Christy's making it all up. None of that stuff ever happened. She's twisting the truth to make me look bad. She's making it up. That's a pretty weighty allegation, Jimmy.
Everything I've said is 100% true.
Yeah, right. I am sick and tired of you societal losers blaming your betters for your own shortcomings. It's not my fault you failed at life, all right? Now shut your mouth, get back in the kitchen, and stop making me look bad. I think you're doing a good enough job of that by yourself. Excuse me? I'm getting tired of this pointless back and forth. If you want evidence, I've got plenty of it. Show them the video from earlier, Christy.
Are you sure it's all right?
I'm sure. After all, Jimmy said he wanted to see the evidence, so let's show him. Wait, is that... Oh no! How did you get that? Since when was there a security camera in that corner of the kitchen? Actually, this is a separate camera from the one that was originally placed in the kitchen. Isn't that right, Christy?
Yeah, the truth is, I put this one over there myself.
You what? You have no right to do such a thing without permission. That's a violation of my privacy and everyone else's.
That depends on the circumstances, actually. After all, placing hidden security cameras is completely legal. There's no law against it. Now, if they were placed in the bathroom or locker room, then I could see there being an argument against it. But this was placed in the kitchen. I don't see any legal issues at all with that location.
But It's not fair. It's still a violation of my privacy to film me without permission. I never consented to you recording a video of me. This is flagrantly immoral. What about you, Alan? How would you feel if you found out that someone had been filming you in secret? It certainly wouldn't be a good feeling, but given the circumstances you put Christy in, I can totally understand why she did it. There are some protections in the law against unwanted filming by third parties, such as eavesdropping laws and prohibitions of so-called peeping Tom behavior. But in the event the recording is to prevent crime or preserve evidence of a crime, then there are certain exceptions which allow it. For real? The important thing is having a reason for the recording that would be justifiable to an average rational individual. In my professional opinion, secretly recording someone committing a crime would be perfectly legal. Furthermore, there is an abundance of case law establishing that secretly recorded videos are admissible as evidence in court. Christy had a clear intent to record Jimmy in the act of committing a crime.
Jimmy was very aware of where the kitchen security cameras were, as well as how to avoid them. Whenever he was doing something inappropriate to us, he always made sure to do it in the camera's blind spot. I knew there was no way for me to protect myself but to record him in the act. I was desperate, so I set up that camera.
I can't believe this! We have clear video evidence of you stealing food from the kitchen, so you're not going to escape responsibility for that. The impish look you had on your face while stuffing food into your bag was absolutely sickening. You're a grown man, James. I'm sorry you decided to pass up your only chance to come clean. Mr. Michaels, if I may? I also received word from Christy that the 40-person party you made a reservation for was a complete fabrication from the very beginning. So I hate to disappoint you, but I never actually took your reservation seriously anyway, so I'm not out a single penny. Oh, come on! This is the worst! You were behind all of this, weren't you? Oh, yeah? And what makes you say that? It was all part of your plan to take me down, you devious little vermin. You're such a dirty coward, a shameless scumbag. You were afraid to face me one-on-one, so you brought all your friends along. Do I need to remind you that you were caught stealing from your boss? Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up! Unbelievable. Now you're just acting like a spoiled little child, Jimmy. No, I'm not. It's not fair. I didn't do anything wrong. All I wanted was to make the restaurant as successful as possible. That's why I was so hard on all my trainees to harden them up. You've got to believe me, Mr. Michaels. That just sounds like desperation from a man who knows he's been found out. Did you actually think any of us would believe that nonsense? It's the truth, though. Look, I'll keep working as long as it takes to pay off what I took home, all right? So please have mercy on me. I'm begging you. Please don't fire me. Please. All right. That's good enough for me, as long as you pay me back for every last cent. However, while I might forgive you, your troubles aren't over yet. Well, Alan, what do you think? If not for Christy, James would have caused your restaurant incalculable damage. That's true, sir. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't furious about what he tried to do to me. Not to mention he's been loudly insulting my restaurant every time he comes in, and one time he set up his own disco ball. Okay, the disco ball was funny, you have to admit that. I took a page out of Christy's book and started recording you whenever you came in, for some time now. Just so you know, I also have a recording of our entire phone call from earlier today. Your restaurant has the absolutely ugliest decor I've ever seen. I mean, what's the theme? Tables and chairs? Not that our restaurant is any better. It's humiliating to work there. Whoever designed it has no sense at all. Hey, come on, Alan. Did you really have to play that right now? James. Did you say our restaurant has no sense at all? Did my ears deceive me? Yes, they did. I definitely didn't say anything of the sort. I was just saying that I had some ideas to improve the restaurant's atmosphere, that's all. I'll have you know that I designed our restaurant's interior. I will not stand to be insulted by the likes of you. You're much too late for apologies, James. I was going to give you a second chance, but no more. I'm pressing charges against you for the theft of all those supplies and suing you for damages. No, please, I'm begging you, don't sue me. Shall we head over to the police station? Mr. Johnson went directly to the police station with Jimmy in tow. He explained the situation and that he was planning to press charges. They had him dead to rights, and Jimmy immediately confessed to stealing supplies from the kitchen. He was granted a speedy trial and pled guilty, and Christy and the other cooks at the restaurant never saw him again. Reservation for 4? Got it, thank you very much. Now that Jimmy doesn't come by to bash the place anymore, business is booming at my restaurant. I want to keep doing my best to make it the best French restaurant in town. Until next time, Trouble Busters!
If all you're gonna do all day is sit at home collecting Social Security, then get out of our apartment. Excuse me, Mary, but my son doesn't own this building. Huh? You're no longer welcome in my apartment. Pack your things and get out now. If all you're gonna do all day is sit at home collecting Social Security, then get out of our apartment. What brought this on all of a sudden, and why are you so angry? My name is Melanie. This is my son's wife, Mary. She's always getting on my case about one thing or another, but she's angrier than ever before today. What do you mean, get out? This is my home. I live here. Your home? Your home? Seriously? Are you going senile or something? I'm not that old yet. This is the apartment building that your husband left to your son before he died, isn't that right? Well, yes, those were his instructions, but he did have some conditions in his will. Yeah, I know. The condition was that we had to get rid of you first. I know all about it. If you don't act soon, then I'll... Let me finish that sentence for you. You'll have to leave. Oh, this is bad. There's something I want to tell them, something they need to know. But at the same time, I feel like even if I did tell them, it wouldn't do a bit of good anyway. They have no idea that the trump card I'm holding is something that would spell the end of the line for them. Ooh. I gave your mom the ultimatum today.
What ultimatum?
That she's gotta get out of our apartment.
Hey, what did you go and do that for? I've been telling you that I want to tell her when I feel the timing is right.
Yeah, and I'm sick and tired of waiting for you to do it yourself.
Hey, remember, this is my mom we're talking about.
Taylor, when are you gonna stop being such a mama's boy? I've had to put up with so much crap from her, and I'm not doing it anymore.
You've been passive-aggressively bullying her for months. Don't you remember what you said at dinner last week?
Wow, this apartment is definitely made for 2 people. It's way too crowded with 3 people. Oh, would you like me to cut the passive and just be aggressive then? Your mom obviously has no intent to ever move out of our apartment, Taylor. I could understand if it were just a few months. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But it's been 6 months now. How much longer is she gonna keep acting like she owns the place? This is our apartment.
Believe me, I know how you feel. I want her out as soon as possible too. But listen, Mary, she has absolutely no money of her own.
And just how is that my problem? She's too old to work anymore. All she is dead weight. She can live up in a nursing home for all I care.
I know, but she really doesn't realize how little use she is to us anymore.
You're such a pathetic weakling, Taylor. And since you're not man enough to do what needs to be done, I'm the one that has to push her out the door.
Hey, I'm not a weakling.
Look, Taylor, I am putting my foot down. This is our apartment, not a nursing home. You want to live together with your precious mommy? Be my guest. But if she stays here, then I am leaving you.
No, Mary, please. I got it. I'll tell her myself, so give me a little more time.
You'd better do it soon, Taylor.
I just said I'd do it, so calm down and don't do anything hasty, all right, Mary?
May thinking that way is one thing, but I never would have thought in my worst nightmares that Taylor would be in agreement with her. This is too much for my poor old heart to bear. I don't know, maybe she has a point. Maybe I am doing something to push her away. No, I can't give up so easily. What would my husband think of me? Taylor is my son, and Mary is the woman he chose as his wife. I'm sure we can reach some sort of understanding. Good morning, Taylor. Good morning, Mary.
Oh, good morning, Mom.
I fixed breakfast for all of us. It's ready to eat, so let's dig in. Wait, Mary, why are you...
Sorry, Mom. Mary likes making her own breakfast.
Oh, well then I'll fix your plate for you.
Actually, I think I'll have what Mary's having.
I see. All right then. Hey, Taylor, isn't there something else you wanted to tell her?
Sorry.
You know, the thing we just talked about last night.
Huh? Oh, that. Well, it may be another time.
No, not another time, right now. We're both on the same page about this, Taylor. You promised you would tell her.
Yeah, I guess I did, huh?
Taylor, what is it, dear? If you've got something to say to me, then go ahead and say it.
The thing is, we were thinking, don't you think that this has gone on for long enough?
What has? Don't beat around the bush, you coward. Tell her exactly what you're trying to say. The more you put this off, the more it's going to hurt when you finally break the news to her. Now, come on, do it and do it right. Look your mother straight in the eyes and tell her, Taylor.
But I...
Don't forget what I told you last night.
We want you to move out of the apartment, Mom.
Oh.
Mom, wait, don't!
If you follow her, I swear I will leave you this instant. Oh, why? Why is this happening? All I've ever wanted was to have a positive relationship with Mary. But now even Taylor wants me gone?
Huh? Mom?
Curtis? Just then, by pure chance, my second son Curtis walked by me in the park. I never thought I would let him see me in a state like this.
What are you doing here, Mom? And what's wrong? You look like you've been crying.
Well, I just came from the apartment.
Oh no, did you have an argument with Taylor? Or maybe it was Mary? Anyway, I want to know all about what happened. Start from the beginning.
All right. Just like Curtis wanted, I told him everything that had happened between Taylor, Mary, and me. After I got finished, Curtis immediately assigned 100% of the blame on Taylor and Mary. He said I did nothing wrong. He also promised that if anything ever happened, he would be behind me all the way.
See you later, Mom.
Oh, thank you, Curtis. See you. And you know what? The more I thought about it, the more I realized Curtis was right. I'm under no compulsion to continue living with that liar Curtis or his no-good, vitriolic, harpy wife. I'll show them. It's trouble-busting time. Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Why didn't you have your phone on you? I was just about to file a missing person report with the police, Mom.
How can you be so immature at your age?
Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Well then, it looks as though neither of them feels any remorse for what they're doing, and Taylor is still standing behind his wife. We're standing firm on our demand, Mom. We both want you to move out. No, we demand that you move out. If all you're gonna do all day is sit at home collecting Social Security, then get out of our apartment. Ugh, I am terribly sorry that it had to come to this. As much as it pains me, the two of you have left me with no other choice. We're giving you 1 week. You have until then to find a new place and get out of our sight. Mary, Taylor, I'm afraid to say that I won't be acquiescing to your demand that I move out in 1 week or ever. What?
But...
What makes you think you have any right to tell us no, Mom? Trust me, I have a very good reason.
Anyway, Mom, you must be exhausted. How about we all go to the living room and...
This is Taylor's apartment, not yours. We've only been allowing you to stay here free of charge out of the kindness of our hearts. Actually, Mary, this apartment does not belong to Taylor. Huh? You're no longer welcome in my apartment. Pack your things and get out now. Are you trying to pull a fast one on us? What's that, Mary? I heard everything. In his will, your husband left this building to Taylor. Now that he's dead, it's Taylor's property. You think it's Taylor's, do you? No, I know it's his. After all, Taylor's the firstborn son. What else was he gonna do with it? Donate it to charity? I don't know what you're talking about. My husband didn't own any apartment buildings. What? But Taylor said that...
This is all my fault. Now please, let's talk about this another time. Let's all take a minute to calm down.
To be more precise, my husband's estate was a stock portfolio with annual dividends upwards of $100,000. This apartment building, however, is my property. I bought it for myself with those stock dividends. Then, if that's all your property, then what property does Taylor own? He doesn't own anything at all. Taylor, does this mean that you were lying to me?
It's eventually gonna be mine, so I'd say I was telling the truth.
It was only going to be yours if you were a true and faithful son to me. But I have no intentions of leaving you anything, this apartment building or your father's stocks.
What? But if I don't get this apartment, then who's gonna get it?
Whoever ends up getting it doesn't have anything to do with you.
But I'm your firstborn son. I'm supposed to get first dibs at your inheritance.
You willfully deceived your wife and teamed up with her in trying to kick me out of my own house. What makes you think I'd leave you a single penny? I wouldn't even leave you the right to take out my garbage.
Are you saying that you're not gonna give me anything at all?
Exactly. I don't want any single piece of my property to go into your hands.
You're the worst mother in the world.
And just what kind of son have you been to me?
So what? Are you gonna give all of your stuff to Curtis after you croak? For real? I won't stand for this. I won't let him take what's rightfully mine.
It's rightfully mine, and it's mine to give to whomever I so please. I've paid the rent, maintenance, utilities, food expenses, and just about everything else around here. You haven't contributed a dime toward anything. And what do I get for that? You tried to kick me out onto the curb? What? I thought that you were the one paying for everything. Tell me that isn't true.
Well, really, when you think about it, yeah, I am the one paying for everything.
Again, with you beating around the bush. Give it to me straight. Are you paying for everything or not?
Yeah, Mary, I am.
That's enough lies, Taylor. I'm the one paying for everything. You mean it really was you?
But she's using my inheritance money.
You know that's not what I was talking about. I was asking if you were paying for everything out of your own salary, not your mom's money.
But once she dies, her money becomes my money, so...
Would you give it up already? I already know that she was the one footing the bill for all our own expenses. So you can stop playing your stupid games about your mom's money being your money. You weren't paying. You knew that I would misinterpret you saying that you were paying. You lied to me, you creep.
Hey, I'm not a creep.
Tell me the truth. Mom, were you paying for everything? Yes, Mary, I was.
Mom, come on.
After all, Taylor.
No, don't do it.
You quit your job the moment you invited yourself to live with me in this apartment. What? You quit your job?
Mom, why did you tell her that?
Because you didn't have the guts to tell her yourself. Every few seconds, I'm hearing about yet another one of your lies. You never told me you quit your job.
It's not like I was hiding it.
You were only pretending to go to your job, but you were actually going to the arcade every day with my money. Have you ever told me the truth about anything?
Yeah, most of the time.
I don't believe you for 1 second. You're a compulsive liar. You lied and said that this was your apartment. You lied and told me that you were paying for all the expenses around here with your own money. And you lied by omission for not telling me you quit your job. It was all lies to cover up the fact that you were living off your mother's money.
It's like I said, my mom's money is eventually gonna become my stuff, so I wasn't lying.
Again with that story, my money is my money, not yours. First order of business, you are getting a job as soon as possible.
Don't worry, I will. The only reason I didn't tell you was because I didn't want you to worry.
Oh, so now it's her fault you lied. Curtis grew up to be a fine, honest, hardworking man. How in the world did Taylor become such a lazy, mooching, lying loser?
I figured that as long as I got myself a new job before you noticed, then it would be fine. No harm, no foul.
Aren't you forgetting something? You told all those lies on the premise that you'd be getting your mom's apartment, money, and stocks someday. But you're not getting them anymore, are you?
Huh?
Don't play dumb with me. You know what you are. You're like one of those guys who makes promises based on someday winning the lottery or something. Newsflash, you ain't winning the lottery, moron. Win the lottery first and then make your promises. I never thought I'd say this, but your foul, bitter, despicable wife is right. You considered things that weren't yours yet as your own property. That's the kind of thing that puts low IQ, impulsive men like you up to your eyeballs in debt.
But, Mom, you were too nice to me after I quit my job. You were all like, oh, you poor thing, why don't you come and live together with me in my apartment?
Well, yes, you are my son after all. No one lives a perfect life. Everyone makes mistakes from time to time, even big ones like quitting your job. That's why I invited you in, to help you get your life back on track. Well, if you're really committed to helping him, then you need to follow through on that.
That's right, you can't go back on your promise to let me live with you now.
If you want to kick us out, then we'll be taking a severance payment of $100,000.
After all, you're essentially trying to evict your tenants here. Tenants have rights, you know. We could sue you and win.
And why would I need to give a single cent to a couple of freeloading, conniving rapscallions who tried to kick me out of my own house? I extended a hand of mercy to you, and instead of thanking me, you've repaid me with greed, betrayal, and scorn. I am not bailing you out anymore. Mary, don't think I haven't noticed the way you talk under your breath about how much you wanted me to move out of this apartment. I just wanted to be alone with Taylor. And Taylor, every time your wife spoke with scandalous disrespect about me, not only did you fail to defend me, but you actually became a willing participant in her wicked scheme.
Hey, even if you moved out of here, you still have your stocks. You'd be completely fine anywhere else. And if Mary ever found out I was unemployed, she might divorce me. You're my mother, and parents are supposed to make whatever sacrifices they need to help their kids.
Oh, Taylor, why did you have to go and do this to yourself? It's such a terrible shame. If only you had taken a moment to grow up and get a new job, get back on your feet, and treat me with respect, then you could have both grown as a person and ended up receiving either the apartment or stocks as inheritance.
What are you saying, Mom? That you're really not going to leave anything for me in your will?
I thought I already made that clear. Were you not paying attention this whole conversation? What about me, Mom? I'm a victim. Taylor lied to me. You can forgive me, right? Not a chance, Mary. Why not? Taylor's the one who's responsible for all this. He's the bad guy here. Even taking that into consideration, you're still an evil, manipulative shrew. My problems with you go well beyond just today's events. I know that if I forgave you today, you'd do something even worse to me tomorrow. Hey, that's not fair. You can't say that for sure. It's the obvious truth. Think about it, Mary. You haven't even apologized to me yet, have you? I haven't had the time for apologies. I'm about to become homeless. Don't you get that? As I expected. You're still only thinking about yourself. You don't care in the slightest about the people around you. All you care about is sating your own greed. That's exactly why I will never allow either of you to live with me again. I hope that someday you'll come to see the error of your ways and change, but I won't be there to help you anymore.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm really sorry. There, I apologize. So now you'll let us live here and keep giving me money, right?
How shameless can you be? You still don't understand that what you did was wrong?
I never wanted to kick you out of the apartment, Mom. It was Mary.
Okay, and?
I was always trying to get her to lay off of you, but she wouldn't listen.
Hey, you're not gonna pin all of this on me.
But it is your fault. You're the evil mastermind, Mary. I was only going along with your plan to keep it from succeeding.
I don't believe this. You're trying to throw me under the bus? That's it. I think I might just divorce you and finally be rid of my lying, unemployed mama's boy husband.
Do you see what I have to deal with, Mom? This is the way she talks to me all the time. It's intolerable.
Answer me, Taylor. Who was it who made the decision to marry her? You did. You knew that this was the way she was, and yet you married her anyway.
But, Mom!
No buts. You're the one who married her, so you're going to have to take responsibility for that.
I thought that you understood, Mom. I thought you would take my side.
I do understand, Taylor. I understand it all far too well. That's why I'm being so harsh on you. I can't allow you to escape responsibility by pretending that you were against it all along. All you're doing right now is trying to use your status as my son to avoid the punishment that you deserve. I'm sorry, Taylor, but there are some problems that mere familial bonds can't fix. It might be different if you were still a child, but you're a fully grown man, and I cannot believe how you could allow yourself to act the way you have today.
Would you knock off the lecture already?
Okay, Mom, you've made your move, and now it's our turn to make our move. Your move, eh? I think I can see where this is going. You're going to refuse to leave and lock yourself in your room like a mad toddler, right?
Exactly. We can hold out way longer than you can, Mom.
Yeah, she's gonna croak soon anyway.
Unless you think you can drag us out of here by force. Oh, wait. If you do that, we'll sue you for illegal eviction and win.
So we'll be able to stay here as long as we want. And there's not a thing in the world you can do to change that.
We win.
Ugh.
You hear that? That was the sigh of total defeat.
Looks like you finally realized that you can never kick us out. I hope you can get used to living with us because we are going to be camping out in your apartment until the day you die. How does that make you feel, Mommy dearest? Honor thy father and mother. You ever heard that saying? If you two had just done that, then you might have had a future.
Oh, don't worry. We've got a great future ahead of us.
Yeah, living large off of your estate. We'll never have to work again. I am gonna love living here from now on. These two are so confident that they've won. They're even comfortable enough to start mocking me. Oh, the poor fools. Got something to say? Have you ever met a person who seems weak on the outside, but somehow you're absolutely terrified of getting on their bad side? What are you talking about?
You're nuts, Mom.
Have you ever been on an airplane and have an old woman in front of you lean her seat all the way back without so much as looking at you? Does that make any sense? No. That makes zero sense.
It's okay. Leave her alone. She's just developing early onset Alzheimer's from the stress she's under.
Anyway, I'd like to see you try and kick us out of here. Don't worry, I won't be kicking you out. Quite the contrary, you're welcome to stay for as long as you can. If you can take the heat, that is. We did it.
Yeah, we really did. We won.
We make the best couple, don't we?
I knew my mom was way too much of a softie to kick her own son out. Now I'm free to go back to working on my robot cosplay suit. I was just about to attach the time machine device.
You're such a nerd, Taylor.
We've totally won, and
there's
there's
absolutely nothing
that could possibly go wrong at this point. The apartment is ours.
Hello, this is Melanie.
Mom, I'm sorry. We were wrong. We should have listened to you.
We'll move
out.
I thought so.
If you can't take the heat, get out of the apartment. You're a master strategist, Mom.
Never underestimate a woman with connections in the HVAC industry. Now do you see what I meant? When I told you about how looks could be deceiving yesterday?
Yeah, I totally get it now.
We'll never mess with you ever again. And once you set foot outside, don't ever darken my doorstep with your presence again. That's how I successfully removed my son and his wife from my apartment and cut all ties with them. It was very fortunate for me that we were in the middle of a record-breaking heat wave at precisely that moment, and very unfortunate for them. Taylor started looking for work in his field right away, but his interviewers all heard about how he suddenly quit his last job. So, with no other choice, he's currently doing 3 part-time jobs to make ends meet. He and his wife are now living in a run-down, one-room apartment with no bathroom.
If you hadn't been so determined to kick my mom out of the apartment, we'd still be living the sweet life under her roof.
Me? You're the one who lied to me about everything. If I had known what was really going on, I'd be worshiping the ground your mother walked on. I guess their neighbors aren't too happy about how they have daily shouting matches all hours of the night. And as for me, with Taylor and Mary out of my apartment, I invited Curtis and his wife to move in with me instead. I offered to let them stay for free, but they insisted on paying half the expenses and helping out with all the housework. We are all 10 times happier than we were ever before. I'm so glad to be able to spend the rest of my days together with my loving family. Troublebusters!
I realized that I just can't trust a small company like yours. I'm not paying $10 million for this job. $3 million tops. What? But I don't understand. I don't remember signing a contract for that job, Carl. Then you've got a terrible memory, you idiot. We aren't doing any work on that project. But that's impossible. Aren't you forgetting something? My name is Theo. I was employed by a construction company for many years, but I finally went independent and started my own company. Congratulations, Theo. We'll be sure to pass along any good leads your way. Thank you, sir. That would be great. Then, just half a year later, I successfully launched Theo's Logical Construction. And no sooner did we open our doors than we got our first request. Here we go. You're gonna learn sooner or later that this industry isn't very kind to young upstarts like you. Trust me, I know. That's why I really appreciate your business, Carl. A $10 million job should be a good starting point for you. Consider this your initiation. Let's see if you've got what it takes to succeed. He threw a lot more passive-aggressive insults my way after that, but we did end up signing a contract that day. However... Hello, this is Theo's Logical Construction. Hey there, Theo, I've got some bad news for you. Huh? I realized that I just can't trust a small company like yours. I'm not paying $10 million for this job. $3 million tops. What? But I don't understand. I don't remember signing a contract for that job, Carl. Then you've got a terrible memory, you idiot. We aren't doing any work on that project. But that's impossible. I'm telling you, we didn't get the order. Don't be ridiculous. Of course you did. Don't you remember? Nope, not at all. I don't believe this. You don't even know what jobs your own company is doing? Sure I do. Well, apparently you must have forgotten about this job. I was under the impression that you went with someone else. Ha! Is that the excuse you're gonna go with? Pathetic. I always knew you were a moron, but to think you actually forgot taking a $10 million contract. If we had taken such a contract, then I'm sure I'd remember it. Well, you did take that contract, so you just forgot about it. I'm telling you, we haven't received any such contracts from Strongarm Construction. What? I just checked our work schedule for the year, so I'm 100% sure about this. Well, I'm 100% sure you're wrong. After all, if I didn't give you the contract, then I'd have no way to harass you. What are you talking about? You've got no right to succeed in starting your own company when my startup attempt went up in flames. You're a college dropout. Yeah, and what of it? Some of the most successful people in the world today never went to college. And you're never gonna be successful if you can't even remember what contracts your company takes. This is a big, big problem, Theo. We never took the contract. Go and check your records, Carl. I'm an executive at one of the largest companies in the industry, and nobody like you has no business telling me what to do. I'm sure if you check your records, you'll find that I'm right. I just looked up our email exchange, and your secretary never contacted me like you said she would. Oh, and now you're blaming my secretary. This is why you'll never be a success, Theo. You never take responsibility. Ugh, this conversation is starting to give me some serious heartburn. Why don't you ask your secretary? My secretary, Rachel, is the single most competent person that I've ever met. Then I'm sure she'll tell you I'm correct. You are so desperate. If I actually forgot about a contract with Strongarm Construction, then it would end my career. That's for sure. If you dropped the ball on a massive contract from your former employer, that would be a career-ending blunder for the history books. But I'm positive I didn't forget anything. You were always a forgetful doofus back when you worked under me. If you haven't made any preparations for this contract yet, you'll never make the deadline. That'll mess up our company's construction timeline, costing us massive financial and reputational damage, which you'll have to pay for. Enough. I know how this works. It'll cost you millions, Theo. No. Seeing incompetent losers fail feels so satisfying. Okay, tell me, roughly when did you tell your secretary to take care of drawing up the contract? The very next day after I came to your office. What? That's almost 6 months ago. Exactamundo. Speak of the devil, here's Rachel now. I'm gonna check with her about the contract. Please do. Hey there, sweetheart.
Can I help you, Carl?
About 6 months ago, I told you to talk to a loser from a soon-to-be bankrupt company called Theo's Logical Construction, right?
Theo's Logical Construction?
That's right, darling.
Never heard of them.
Huh?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Wait, hold on. Are you saying you didn't finalize the details of the contract with Theo's Logical Construction?
Wait a minute. Are you maybe talking about Cosmo's Logical Construction?
What?
Yeah, we made that $10 million contract with them.
But I told you it was Theo's Logical Construction.
Oh, really? Whoops, I must have, misheard you or something.
Whoops! You made a $10 million mistake. That's not a whoops.
But, you gave the final approval on the contract.
Yeah, it was my project.
So, doesn't that make you the one who made a $10 million mistake? And, this is your signature on the contract, isn't it? If you thought I did something wrong, then, you should have told me before signing. If you would have done that, then I could have taken care of it, super easy. But seriously, it's your job to make sure the contract was made like you wanted it. This isn't my fault.
Wow, I was super duper afraid that I had just blown a $10 million contract, but now it's clear that it was their mistake, not mine. Hey, Theo? Yes? Time for payback. It's Trouble Buster time. Everyone knows that I was planning to give your company the contract for the job, right? Yeah, pretty sure everyone's aware. So, isn't there a chance someone over there has been working on it? Who would start working on a project that we haven't even been paid for? Just check, all right? Do it now. Alrighty then, I'll be back with the heartbreaking news in just a moment. I won't be long. Please, 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 somebody must have been working on this. Well, Carl, I asked every single employee and none of them have any idea what you're talking about. But that's impossible. Did you think we would just randomly decide to build a building we weren't asked to? You should have taken the initiative. You gotta be gutsy in this industry. Initiative? Gutsy? Are you serious? What about you, Carl? This was a $10 million project and you didn't even read the contract. How careless can you be? Ha! $10 million is nothing for a company like ours. We get multi-million-dollar contracts every day. In that case, you have even less of an excuse not to check the details. Why didn't you contact me when you didn't hear back from us about the contract? And why would I do a thing like that, so you can get angry over something completely trivial? It's my God-given right to get mad at you over anything and everything I please. I'm the one giving you work. You're just a subcontractor. Your only purpose is to do what I say when I say. I think you fundamentally misunderstand what subcontracting is. It doesn't make me your underling. All it is an agreement between two companies to do a specific job. It's simple as that. This is all about money for you. Your expression changed completely when I told you about the $10 million price tag. Well, duh. I am running a business over here. Money is kinda essential. I have employees to pay, suppliers to pay. Of course I'd be excited. Exactly. You need me more than I need you. If you want me to keep giving you money, then you had better get on your knees right now and beg me for it. You have a terminal case of unwarranted self-importance, Carl. You've got some nerve saying that to me. You're a nobody running a third-rate business. And you're a self-important jerk who looks down on everyone around him. The first thing you did when you called me today was accuse my company of shoddy workmanship due to our small-scale operation. And what of it? It's the truth. And you tried to drop the contract price by $7 million. I really dodged a bullet when you messed up the contract. Shut up, you! For now, I need you to talk to the CEO and tell him that it wasn't my fault, got it? What? Why should I? Because that's your lot in life. Take this fall for me and I'll make sure to send a good contract your way next time. Next time, you say? So you're admitting that this contract was a bad one from the start? You're on thin ice, Theo. If I stop sending you contracts, your company's gonna collapse overnight. You get it now? You've got no choice but to follow my orders. Now, call the CEO this instant and tell him it was all your fault, not mine. I hate to interrupt your egotistical monologue, but I don't need you to get contracts from Strong Arm Construction. What? You're not the only one at the company who I deal with, Carl. There were multiple other executives who I'm in contact with, and they send a lot of work to my company. What do they think this is, a charity? No, they just know that my work is good. Anyway, sounds like you have a subcontractor already, so what's the problem? What's the problem? Didn't you hear what company my secretary contracted with? You mean, haven't you heard about Cosmos Logical Construction? They're one of the worst companies in the county. Their work is shoddy, their attitude is awful, no one likes working with them. Here I was thinking you were safe, but your situation really just went from bad to worse. Oh no, we've already wired them the payment. Whenever I go to the job site, the employees are always goofing off. They sound like a fun bunch of guys. Oh, you think this is funny? They're never gonna get it done by the deadline. My, oh my, you are in quite the predicament, aren't you, Carl? You're gonna have to move other projects back to finish this one, scrapping your clients' schedules. And when they inevitably sue your company for breach of contract, who is gonna be held responsible for everything, I wonder? Enough! I know how this works. You'll be fired and fined. No, this can't be happening. It'll cost you millions, Carl. No. My goodness, how the tables have turned. This is awful. This job was never worth $10 million in the first place. What? I thought that you'd end up messing something up eventually, and when you did, I was gonna slash the budget from $10 million to $3 million to humiliate you. You were risking the company's money just to get back at me? We already paid the full $10 million. We'll have to sue for breach of contract to recover what's left. But if we do that, then it's gonna come out that I gave a $10 million contract to Cosmos Logical Construction. If everyone knows how bad that company is, like you say, then you're in for a world of hurt as the project leader. Even worse when they find out that this whole thing was a stunt in order to soothe your jealousy toward me. Please, Theo, you've got to bend the truth for me here. You mean you want me to lie to save your skin? Really? It'll be easy. Just tell them that you subcontracted your work out to Cosmos. Excuse me? Oh, and that you did it without permission? You cannot be serious right now. Are you insane? Please take the fall for me. What good would it do? Your company still has your contract with Cosmos on file, right? Oh, so yeah, you'd get found out immediately. Oh no, this is bad, very bad. There's only one thing for you to do now. Admit everything that you did and accept responsibility. Be a man for once. You idiot! Even if I apologize, they're still gonna fire me! Well, I mean, yeah, obviously they will. I'll only admit everything if they agree to grant me immunity from any responsibility. In what universe do you think they'd actually agree to that? You'd only make things worse for yourself if you demanded that. I've got nothing to lose. I won't let them fire me without putting up a fight. I'll find some way to save my job. Uh-huh. Yeah? Things are going great, thanks.
Theo, there you are.
What's the matter, Trudy?
You remember the contract that Carl tried to push off on you a while back?
Oh yeah, that old mess.
I have no idea how, but it got finished.
It got finished?
Just 2 months ago, they were barely getting started, but look at it now.
Holy moly, you're right. After work, I went right over to check the building out myself. It's just not possible for them to have finished it in this little time.
Do you think it's some kind of trick?
There's no way they'd be so bold, though to be honest, I can't really blame you for thinking that way considering the situation.
I don't believe it. They really finished it.
This doesn't make any sense.
What do you think, Theo? How did they get it done this quickly?
I'm not sure.
I mean, this is Cosmos logical construction we're talking about. They're not capable of this kind of work. Were we maybe wrong about them?
No, Trudy, we were right.
But then, how?
Just stay out of this area for the next several days, okay?
Early this morning, a newly constructed high-rise building collapsed in the downtown area, causing astronomical damage to the surrounding buildings, including a nearby art museum. After inspecting the site, the inspectors discovered that the ground at the building's location was uneven and unstable, indicating negligence during the building's construction. Additionally, pictures of the building prior to its collapse indicate that it was already leaning heavily to one side.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. How could those builders be so careless?
I bet some third-rate construction company put it together, right, dear?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I bet you must be really mad about this, Dad. You always talk about how much shoddy construction ticks you off.
The construction was carried out by Cosmos Logical Construction, who say that they were subcontracted by an executive at Strong Arm Construction, one of Mr. Carl.
That's enough TV for one day.
Huh? Hey, Dad, I was watching that.
I don't want to hear anything more about this story ever!
I totally understand, dear. It must be so hard to see the terrible effects of corner cutting in your industry. Oh, how shameful.
But wasn't she saying something toward the end there about Strong Arm Construction?
It's fake news. Don't believe a word they say. I'll bet Cosmos just made the whole thing up to try and escape responsibility. This is bad. Yo, dude, did you hear the news this morning? Yeah, some executive at Strongarm named Carl had the subcontractor he hired cut all sorts of corners in order to meet an impossible deadline. What an awful mess. What's wrong with that dude? He should go to jail. For real? He's just lucky no people were hurt when that building collapsed. Shut up, all of you! It wasn't my fault! It wasn't my fault! What am I gonna do? I'm done for. There's no way I'm gonna be able to talk my way out of this now.
Hey, Carl, do you, have a minute?
No, I'm very, very busy right now.
Well, the CEO is calling for you.
The CEO?
Yep, I think you know what he wants, right?
You've done incalculable damage to this company, Carl.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
Why did you order all those design changes?
It's because the people at Cosmos were completely useless. By the time I realized it, it was already too late to meet the deadline, and they made a few time-saving alterations.
That's why the building collapsed? Unbelievable! You should be on your knees thanking God that no one was hurt by your incomprehensibly poor judgment!
But the people at Cosmos said the alterations were fine.
Did you confirm that for yourself?
Huh?
I was shocked when I heard how quickly the building was finished, and when I went to see for myself, my worst fears were confirmed. It looked like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Thankfully, Theo noticed that when he did and came to me asking to get in touch with the people in charge of the construction.
I knew that if the wind blew just the wrong way, it was all gonna come down instantly.
You've got some explaining to do, Carl. Why did you do this? I want answers.
Sir, it's all my secretary Rachel's fault.
For the love of... You're blaming your secretary, Carl? That's pretty low, dude.
But it is her fault. What do you want me to say? I was always intending to have Terry's company do the construction, sir. Isn't that right, Theo? Go on, tell him.
That doesn't make a bit of difference at this point. Why are you sounding so desperate about this?
What you're looking at is the sad state of a man who's so desperate that he's willing to cause serious harm to other people to save his own skin. All of this is because of my useless secretary contracting with the wrong company. Everything would have been fine if not for that. Don't give me that.
That may have been the first domino to fall. It's true that her mistake was the first link in the chain.
Right? I'm glad you can see that this wasn't my fault at all.
I'm not finished yet, but you were in the position to stop the damage from spreading.
Every single step in the subcontracting process is directly under your supervision. And your failure to carry out that supervision is what led to this disaster. I put too much trust in my subordinates. Then why do you even have a job? What else is the purpose of your position if not to check the work of your subordinates? It was your duty to fix Rachel's mistake. If you can't even do that, what good are you? Do you think your job is to sit at your desk and sign whatever papers fly in your direction? Hey, I did my best to fix the situation. That's why I had Cosmos speed up the construction. Even if it meant the construction of an unsafe building? Exactly what would you say you fixed in this case? I was trying to protect Rachel from being punished for her mistake. You just tried to throw her under the bus a minute ago.
Carl, there's no coming back from this.
What do you mean, sir?
You'll be held responsible for the building's collapse.
But, sir, all I did was instruct them to build it faster. I never told them to make it structurally unsound.
You're an executive at this company and you don't even know that our policy is to prioritize safety over deadlines in any circumstance?
It was Cosmos that cut those corners, not me.
The CEO of Cosmos told me that you demanded that they complete a job that would take 4 months in under 2, and that you threatened him.
He's lying! I never threatened him!
I don't care who said what to who anymore. I'm not saying that Cosmos' logical construction is innocent in all of this. They made mistakes, that's for certain.
Wipe that smug smile off your face, Carl.
The very fact that you demanded they complete a 4-month job in half that time necessitates that safety would be thrown by the wayside. Don't you get that?
But they said they would take care of it.
Stop dodging the issue. The problem is what you did, not what they did. I can't allow a person like you to be in charge of construction projects any longer. In fact, I don't want you in charge of anything at this company ever again.
Sir, please!
Unfortunately, the reality is that the company is going to have to foot the bill for all the costs incurred by your mistakes, like demolition of the remaining structure, removal of debris, reconstruction, breach of contract fees, and the damage to the art museum as well.
I really appreciate...
But don't be deceived, you're still going to be held responsible. You have caused this company astronomical damage in terms of both money and reputation. Because of that, we'll be taking you to court to recover those costs.
No! Please don't sue me! I'll check all the contract details personally next time.
Next time? Carl, you imbecile, there isn't going to be a next time! As much as it pains me to part with you like this after your long years of service to the company, I'm left with no other choice.
If you would have been more forthcoming about your mistake, then the only thing you'd be on the hook for is breach of contract. You can't blame your secretary or your subcontractor or your other subordinates or superiors for what's happening to you now. There's only one person to blame here, and that person is you. No! I never expected that this would go so far. Things just started spiraling out of control. I thought that I could talk my way out of it like I always do.
No bad deed goes unpunished forever, Carl. The truth always comes out.
He's right. You would have been held responsible for it somewhere down the line in some form or another. If I had known this would happen to me, I never would have tried to trick you in the first place.
You still only care about yourself, huh?
Think about it, Carl. A high-rise building collapsed because of you. Don't you realize you could have killed people? I'm sorry. The one silver lining in this whole story is that no one was hurt when the building collapsed. Naturally, because of his gross negligence and malicious behavior, Carl was fired from his position as an executive. Then, once more details came out on the news, his family was so disgusted that they abandoned him. And the cherry on top was the massive financial damages that Carl was held responsible for, including reputational damages to the company, physical damage done to the art museum, breach of contract fines to their client, reconstruction of the building, and more. He was found liable for 20% of the total, or a monstrous $15 million. I don't think he'll be paying that off anytime soon. After all, news of his malfeasance spread like wildfire, so the only job he was able to get were minimum wage hourly positions. Every penny he earned went straight into paying off his debts. As for me, out of gratitude for my quick thinking preventing a disaster that would have cost dozens of lives, Strong Arm Construction made me a preferred subcontractor. I should change my company's name to C4 because business is booming. At this rate, it might become just as big of a company as Strong Arm Construction. Trouble Busters!
I don't believe this. You're still here?
Yeah, I'm sorry to come here dressed like this, but I'd like to take a look at the rooms if that's okay.
I'm sorry, sir, but all the rooms in this condominium building have been sold.
Hello, Alan. What can I do for you? I was planning to purchase 30 units in your building, but I'm afraid I've changed my mind. Excuse me?
Yes? Huh? Who is this guy? He's filthy.
I made a reservation the other day.
Sorry, but I'm busy at the moment.
Huh? My name is Alan. On my way home from work, I stopped by this building to take a look at the units that I had made reservations for.
Good afternoon, my good sir. How can I assist you on this fine day?
Hey, I was here first. What gives?
Yeah, I'll get to you in a second. What's up with him?
Well, can I ask you when you'll be able to assist me?
I don't believe this. You're still here?
Of course I am.
This guy can't take a hint. What does he think he's doing here anyway?
And what exactly is your business here? Yeah, I'm sorry to come here dressed like this, but I'd like to take a look at the rooms, if that's okay.
I'm sorry, sir, but all the rooms in this condominium building have been sold as of this morning.
What? But I made a reservation.
But all of the remaining rooms were sold just this morning. Sorry.
That makes no sense. When I came here before, I was told that there were plenty of rooms left.
Yeah, well, you were told wrong. They were all sold. All of them, just this morning. Do you understand English, sir? Tu hablas inglés? Yes? No?
Yeah, I speak English.
They were all sold just this morning? No way.
There must be some kind of mistake. Are you certain about this?
Yes, I'm completely certain. I have a neural implant feeding the room availability information into my brain in real time, so there's no possible way that I could be mistaken about this.
What? A neural implant?
That's right. So like I said, there are no rooms left for sale. We are completely full, no openings. Got it?
Man, I can't believe this. What am I gonna do?
I believe I recall you saying you had a reservation, but are you sure it was for this condominium building?
Yeah.
Maybe you're looking for the run-down apartment across the street?
No, I'm 100% sure that this is the right building.
If I may be so bold, judging by your attire, I'd say that you're not the kind of client our establishment caters to. Know what I'm saying? This is a business. We only showcase our rooms to people who have the willingness and the financial capability of purchasing one.
Hey, come on, what's with that attitude?
Good afternoon.
Come back!
What is his problem?
And all of the rooms have been sold? Really? Could he be right? Maybe I did simply come to the wrong building. No way, I double-checked the address. And with a name like Trowbull Condominiums, I'm sure this is the place. Oh, I've got it. Hey there!
Oh, for the love of what now?
Would you mind telling me the name of the owner of this building?
The owner? And what on earth would you do with that information?
Humor me. What's his name?
It's Alexander Trowbull.
Yep, just like I thought. He always puts his own name on all his properties. This is definitely the place. Hey, why are you plugging your nose like that?
Trust me, I have a very good reason.
And that reason is?
Because you stink to high heaven, that's why.
What? I smell that bad?
Yes, you smell like 8 hours of manual labor.
I'm sorry about that. I know I'm dirty, but do I smell bad too? Even if I did, though, that's kinda rude.
So what are you still doing here?
Well,
I already told you that there are no available rooms, so why are you here? Shouldn't you be getting on your way?
Your name's Blackwell, isn't it? Well, Mr. Blackwell, I'd say you could learn a thing or two about customer service.
Customer service is for customers, sir.
What? Did you expect I'd let you waltz right in here to see our rooms so you could get a taste of how the wealthy and powerful live their lives?
There's no possible way you could afford a room in this building. Why pretend otherwise? It's depressing just looking at you. Now I'm very busy, sir, so please be on your way.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say that Blackwell here is treating me like this because of the clothes I'm wearing. I suppose I might not exactly be dressed for the occasion right now, but that doesn't give him the right to be such a snobby, elitist jerk to me. Not in the slightest. This calls for a heaping helping of trouble busting. Excuse me.
Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. You're still here?
I'm just letting you know that I'm leaving now. However, before I do, I'd like you to let me make one little phone call.
Go ahead, I don't care.
Hello, Mr. Trowbull. Are you busy right now?
Trowbull?
Hello there, Alan. No, I'm not busy.
Wait, that's the building owner's voice.
Thanks for taking my reservation the other day. I actually came to check out my rooms just now. Could you confirm the building's address for me? Oh, absolutely, Alan. Thank you so much for your reservation. We're incredibly grateful to have your business.
He actually knows him?
Okay, so I did come to the right place then. That's a relief. For a second, I thought that maybe I came to the wrong building. No, sir, you're definitely in the right place. Once you've had a look around, I'd love to hear what you think of your rooms. Oh, and if you have any issues or require assistance, please speak to Blackwell at the front desk. Actually, I do have a bit of an issue. It's something that I thought you should hear directly from me, Mr. Trowbull. Is that so? What's that matter, Alan? It gives me no pleasure to have to say this, but I'm canceling my reservation for the purchase of 30 units, sir. What? I don't understand, Alan. What's the problem?
Did he say 30 units?
Blackwell here just told me that all the units were sold as of this morning. That's totally understandable. Your condominiums are always in high demand. It's too bad, though. I was looking forward to buying them. All the units were sold? But that's impossible. Blackwell said that he was completely certain that they were all sold. Apparently he has a neural implant that told him so. Isn't that right, Blackwell?
Well, you see,
Alan, would you mind passing the phone to Blackwell, please?
You're on speaker, so go right ahead, sir.
Blackwell, what is the meaning of this?
Well, sir, you see, I
can explain everything.
All of the units were sold today? Is that true?
No. I'm sorry, I was lying. It wasn't true. Oh, no.
You imbecile! Why would you tell such a ridiculous lie?
Sir, if you'll give me a moment,
I don't want to hear it. I'm coming over there myself. Alan, I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience, but could I please ask you to wait there just a moment for me?
Well, you're welcome to come down here, Mr. Trowbull, but it won't do any good. My mind is already made up.
Please, Alan, let's not make any hasty decisions. I'll be right over there. We can talk face to face, so please wait right there.
This is bad. What line of work are you in anyway?
I'm the CEO of the Zingiber Corporation. Perhaps you've heard of it?
The Zingiber Corporation? But the Zingiber Corporation is one of the largest construction firms in the country. This guy is the CEO? He looks like a construction worker. About what I said before.
Anything you want to say to me can wait until Alexander gets here. There's nothing for us to talk about until then.
All right.
Blackwell!
Sir, I had no idea that Alan was the CEO of the Zingiber Corporation.
Mr. Blackwell was telling me that I'm not the kind of client your establishment caters to, and also that I, quote, stink to high heaven.
Are you serious?
I'm afraid I am, sir.
Blackwell!
I'm sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. But if you would have told me who Alan was, then...
You told him all the units had been sold? Why would you do such a thing?
I didn't think he was actually capable of buying one. I had no idea he was the CEO of such a major company.
You idiot! What am I going to do with you, Blackwell?
I suppose you would have treated me differently if I'd told you who I was right away, am I right?
Of course! If I knew you were the CEO of the Zingiber Corporation, I would have put you ahead of all our other clients.
Aha.
Alan, words can't express how sorry I am. I should have told Blackwell that you were coming. He had no way of knowing that you would be here today. As the owner of this building, I take personal responsibility for everything.
Aren't the two of you missing the point?
Huh?
I don't want you to give me any sort of special treatment just because I'm a CEO. All of your other clients are just as important as I am. I just wanted to be treated like you would treat anyone else.
I see.
But the way Blackwell treated me was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. He treated me like the scum of the earth. He wouldn't even give me the time of day. Why did you do that?
Well, you see...
Is it because I was wearing my dirty work clothes? You think you can just brush off an average hard-working member of society? You're the worst. You judged me by how I looked on the outside and treated me like trash. I've never seen any salesman as prejudiced as you are in my life.
I will make sure Blackwell is properly dealt with, Alan, I promise.
Not so fast.
Hmm?
This is your fault for coming in here wearing such unacceptable attire. It's just like you said. I saw the clothes you were wearing and thought you were some common laborer. You looked like a peasant.
A peasant?
This isn't some run-down apartment building. This is Traubel condominiums. You walked in filthy and smelling like sweat and cigarettes. And now you tell me you're a wealthy CEO? Come on!
Blackwell, shut your mouth now!
30 units, you say? I bet you were never intending to buy them in the first place.
What?
Can't you see, Mr. Traubel? He's just a wealthy man having a laugh at our expense.
What do you mean?
It's all a prank. He made an insanely large reservation, then deliberately showed up wearing filthy clothes. He wanted me to treat him poorly so he could reveal his true identity and cancel his order. Then he posts the video on social media for attention.
I dunno.
Well, Mr. CEO, was it fun playing your prank on us little people,
You're out of your mind. You don't think I have better things to do with my time than prank people? I'm a busy guy.
If it's not a prank, then go through with your purchase. You made the reservation, right? And we have 30 rooms available. Actually, we have far more than that. How about 50 rooms? 60, 70?
Wow, I'm impressed. You're trying to transform your mistake into a sales opportunity.
That's not true.
Let's just say for a moment that you're right and I was playing a prank. That would leave one very big question unanswered, though.
Huh? What question?
Why would I expect that you would treat me poorly?
Well, that's...
I should, of course, expect to be treated with dignity and respect no matter what I was wearing. That would eliminate any possible justification I could have for canceling my reservation. The only reason you could come up with a bogus theory like that is if you were projecting your bias and prejudice onto me. Don't you think it's high time you admit your mistakes? And let me ask you something, Mr. Trouble. Is this how you train your employees? To treat people differently based on how they look or dress? No, that's not at all the case. We teach them no such thing. I'm sure you're aware that I was fully intending to purchase 30 condominium units, but I'm so appalled at the way I was treated today that I've lost my interest. I'm canceling my reservation. I don't want to do business here anymore. Now, Alan, let's be reasonable. I have no doubt that they're fantastic rooms, but I simply wouldn't feel comfortable purchasing or using them. No, this can't be. Blackwell, this is all your fault. You're going to pay for this, you pompous buffoon. Forgive me. I'll leave the two of you alone to have your little heart-to-heart talk. Goodbye.
Wait, please don't go.
What now?
There's still one thing that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah? Go on.
Why are you wearing those work clothes anyway?
Oh, that?
I mean, you're the CEO. Shouldn't you be wearing a suit and tie? Executives don't actually work on the job site. They work in an office. Explain that to me.
Is it really all that unusual for the CEO of a construction company to wear work clothes? What do you think? No, not unusual at all.
What? It's super weird. Not to mention you're absolutely filthy.
I still don't see what you're so confused about. Sure, I might be the CEO, but I still like working on the job site.
You do? Really?
Sure, even after becoming CEO, I still go around to our job sites regularly. I see the people working on the front lines as vital members of our company. It couldn't work without them. I'd like to think all CEOs feel the same way. Isn't that how Mr. Trouble runs this place?
Well...
I know for a fact that Alexander is a great guy. It's his bright and pleasant personality that made me want to buy a room here. After seeing the way you acted toward me when I came to see my room today, I decided to cancel my purchase. Maybe if you'd treated me like a decent person, then I might have bought 30, 50, even 100 rooms. A company lives or dies by the people working on the front lines. You just lost me and this business a massive amount of money, Blackwell.
Please, Mr. Trouble, give me another chance. This is a once-in-a-lifetime mistake. I've been an exemplary employee up until now, haven't I? So please, I'm begging you, don't fire me. Don't take my job away.
What do you think I should do, Alan? He's making me choose? Well, I don't think it's my place to weigh in on this. A decision must be made immediately. What the? Isaac, when did you...
Huh? Who's this ridiculously good-looking guy? Why are you here?
The loss of a sale as large as this one is incredibly damaging to the company, and Blackwell is responsible. He must pay.
Keep out of this, Isaac. It doesn't concern you. And may I remind you, I am your superior.
Alexander, who's this extremely photogenic salesman? Oh, this is Isaac. He's relatively new here, but his smooth personality and dashing good looks have sealed quite a few contracts. However... What is it? It's that sometimes I have absolutely no idea what he's thinking.
I wonder what he's doing here, then.
I've taken the liberty of observing today's events, Blackwell, and I have to say I'm utterly disgusted with your behavior.
You've got no right to speak to me like that. Don't you have your own job to do? You're not involved here.
I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I was listening to all the commotion over here while also getting my own work done. I have very good ears, you see. Call it my superpower. Getting back on topic, you really screwed the pooch, Blackwell.
Oh, shut up, you.
You were really watching the whole thing, Isaac? Well, to be more precise, I was listening more than watching, but I do understand the situation. I see. Then tell me, as an independent observer, what did you think of Blackwell's actions? Was he as bad as Alan says he was? To call him the worst salesman I've ever seen would be putting it lightly. Hey! He started out by completely brushing Alan off and then moved on to verbal abuse.
Oh, come on, that wasn't verbal abuse. I was just, joking. Salesmen have to have a sense of humor, right? Isn't that what you always say, Mr. Trowell? To put smiles on faces?
I didn't hear anyone laughing. Did you, Blackwell?
I thought it was funny.
Also, I was shocked to hear about the neural implant you got installed in your brain. Now that is dedication to your work. A neural implant? Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. You said that there was no way you could be mistaken about room availability because that information is fed to your brain in real time through your neural implant. Let's see a demonstration then. How many rooms are available right now?
Drop it already, Isaac.
Looks like your neural implant's gone faulty, Blackwell. How about I check it for you? Let me break into your skull for a minute so I can see.
Stop! Don't! I don't have a neural implant. I made it up.
And one more thing. What? There's still more? This is the last point, sir. Blackwell, if I recall correctly, you were saying to the owner here that this was a once-in-a-lifetime mistake, right? That you've been an exemplary employee up until now? How did you manage to say that with a straight face? Uh-oh. What do you mean, Isaac? That this is definitely not a once-in-a-lifetime mistake for him. You've done this exact same thing more times than I can remember.
Isaac, shut up!
Blackwell definitely picks and chooses who he serves. He immediately starts sucking up to people who look rich and pays no attention at all to anyone else. Oh, and don't get me started on how he acts around young, beautiful women. It doesn't matter if they're married or not either. He still tries to get their number. Isn't that right, Blackwell? We could get sued for that. We've had several cancellations that were directly attributed to his bad attitude. Now that you mention it, I do remember hearing about several sudden cancellations in the past several months. That was all your doing, Blackwell?
No, it wasn't me.
I've hated his guts ever since I started working here. Something about him just ticked me off to no end. He never seemed like a proper salesman to me. Salesmen are supposed to do what they can to meet each customer's needs without favor. That's a pretty good line. Ah, you've been waiting for this moment, haven't you, Isaac? Indeed. Now that he's standing on the precipice of oblivion, I'm pushing him off into the abyss below. This guy's a psycho.
No!
Well, Mr. Trowell, what will you do about this? I'd say that goes without saying.
No, don't do it!
If I kept you on my staff, there's no telling what sort of damage you'd end up doing to me. You're not worth the risk.
Mr. Trowell, please!
Best of luck in your future endeavors, Blackwell.
You did this to me, Isaac. After all I've done for you, I trained you, you ingrate.
You did?
I taught you the ropes, showed you how it's done.
Could you be more specific?
You know how to be a salesman. I taught you all the know-how you could ever want.
You mean like how to be a self-important jerk to potential clients? Or how to hit on married women? Yeah, you definitely taught me how to be a salesman by showing me what not to do.
That's not what I meant.
Haven't you had enough self-humiliation for one day? You have failed miserably as a salesman, Blackwell, and now you're going to take responsibility for it!
Hey, Alan?
Me?
I'm begging you, can you please go through with your plan to purchase 30 units? If you do, it might save my job.
We're well beyond that stage now. It's over for you.
Please, Alan, please buy the units.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like Alexander says.
No!
Even if I forgave you for what you did and went through with the purchase, I doubt that it's going to change his mind one iota. Your problem is you can't see anything beyond what's 2 inches in front of your face.
Please, no!
Remember what your photogenic colleague Isaac said. Being a salesman means helping customers get what they need. You've shown today that you don't care at all about what customers need. You only care about yourself. It's over for you, Blackwell. Thank you for teaching me so much while I've been here. You've been a great anti-example for me to follow. Nowadays, Blackwell is working a minimum wage construction job wearing filthy work clothes all day long. As for me, the ridiculously handsome Isaac used his good looks and charm to win me over, and I decided to follow through with my original reservation for 30 condo units. My plan is to use these as free housing for my company's employees. I do kind of feel like using luxury condominiums as employee housing is a bit extravagant, but that's how grateful I am to the hard-working men and women who make my company one of the biggest and best in the world. Trouble Busters!